Hello, my name is Garnet. You may know me as from the crochet tutorials with Garnet is a Jewel. And in this sewing tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make this surgeon's cap. It's a very quick and simple process, and we're going to be using a serger in the construction of this. Made from 100% cotton or polyester fabrics, it's easily washable and can be used even for the construction worker as well as the medical profession. Come on, let's get started in the making of a surgeon's cap. The materials and tools that we will be using to make this hat with is a rotary cutting set with a rotary cutter, a ruler designed for the rotary, and a rotary cutting board. The fabric that we will be using is just scrap fabric, but it needs to be the full 45-inch wide. You only need about 2 inches of it. And we're going to use a 1/4 yard of a print that you would like, a pair of scissors, and the pattern, which I will have a link for you to download in the description box. The most important tool that we will be using in the making of this hat is a serger. Mine is by Babylock, called Imagine. For those who have never used a rotary cutter before, this particular one is made by Fiskars. It's a very nice one. If you'll notice, it has a little tab right here in the middle. Watch this piece of plastic right here as we move that tab. What it does is it exposes the blade, which is very sharp. When you're not using it, you need to push it back so that you will not cut your hands. You will not grab it like this or have a small child who may come by and grab it. The rotary ruler that we will be using needs to be about the full length of your cutting board. And the cutting board is designed where you can have the rotary cutter blade cut into it, and it is what is called self-healing. The great thing about these rotary cutting boards is that if they already have a grid with a measurement on it, this is perfect. You'll notice this one has a 45-degree cut as well. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to cut out our strap. I'm going to take the full width of the fabric, as so, fold it in half, and line the straight edge here up with a line on my board. Then I'm going to take my ruler, and I want to make sure that I have a straight cut edge. So I'm going to line my ruler up along the grid line, take my rotary cutter, open it up so that the blade is exposed, press hard down as it rolls, and remove the excess. Bring the ruler over 1.5 inches, and you can use the lines that are down here on our grid. Since I'm at 1, I want to go to the 2.5 inch mark and the 2.5 inch mark at the other side. Then I'm going to take this and cut for my 1.5 inches. So with our fabric, we're going to open it so that we have just the one layer here. And with our pattern, here we had the fold. So we want to cut it so that we have an open piece. I'm going to lay it here on the fabric and go ahead and cut around. Going to the other end of our fabric, I'm going to take it and fold it over, and here we had the fold. So here's our fold. We're going to place it down and make it so that we don't waste much fabric. Line up our edges. And go ahead and cut around this piece. Do not cut it here on this fold area right here. Do not cut that there. Now to begin, we're going to take the pointy end and we're going to lay it flat on the bed of the sewing machine. Then we're going to take the wrong side facing you with the curvy end to your right. Now take the two bottoms and line them up like so. Then underneath your pressure foot, let's go ahead and start sewing. And if my camera shakes as we're doing this, I'm sorry, I don't have a tripod. So please bear with me. So we'll continue to sew around. As you meet the curve, take your top level and conform to that curve. As you get to the top, you'll notice that we're hitting the top center here. And see how as I bring it around, just as if you were doing a sleeve. Let me bring it in a little closer for you. Oops, I'm sorry. Let's go and meet that curve. Try not to let the needles sew any of the pleat or the tucks and pleats that are in there. And keep right on going. And we're going to come around that curve again. Remember to lift your fabrics and keep them out of the way. And we have a perfect fit. Isn't that exciting? Now open up the bottom where the point is, and we're going to do just one layer and finish that edge. All right, so let's place our hat down. Then we're going to open up our strap. We're going to take the 1.5 inches. We're going to fold it. We're going to bring it in underneath our dog feeds here. Try not to cut too much off. And you want to go the approximate 9 inches. The 9 inches will help it to tie in the back. Okay? Then I'm going to go ahead and fold some more. Now I'm going to take my hat, right sides facing up, and I'm going to sew it to that long edge all the way around. I used to make these hats for our local hospital for many, many years. And on the average, it would take me about 2 minutes to sew one of these together. This sewing machine has been a blessing to me, as well as to the many others who got to use that surgeon's hat to help keep their hair out of their patients. Okay, so now that we've gotten to the end, you're going to keep on going with just the strap. Keep folding it in half. And you'll notice that you'll have approximately 9 inches on the other side. And that's how it finishes up. And here is our completed hat. What you can do is also kind of tug and pull a little bit along the seam line. That'll help open it up. The straps down here on the end, I notice that one is a little shorter than the other. Let's see, we need to line it up better. Bring it out with your scissors, cut it on a 45-degree angle, and that'll help eliminate fraying. Okay, and that does it. How to make a surgeon's cap.